Guys, I don't really know how to start, end, or begin this particular video, but I'll give it a shot, okay? This is a particular disturbing story, so I will say viewer discretion is advised going forward. Now, within that being said, the particular story that we have here was a little girl that perished after her mother took her to a church. The church deemed that she had a demon in her and tried to get the spirit out of her, which resulted in the little girl's death. Now, we'll go over the news story real quick so you guys can understand kind of what's going on. But then after the little girl died, the mother uploaded a video that I found fascinating. Without further ado.
Two crimes with connections to one San Jose church. In April, the kidnapping and safe recovery of a 3-month-old boy in San Jose. Well, it made headlines. Two people his mother knew from church were ultimately charged in that crime. Tonight, we're learning some new information, though, regarding that church. Police say they are investigating another incident that happened back in September involving the death of a 3-year-old girl. KTVU's Ann Rubin joins us live outside the courthouse with more. Ann?
Yeah, according to court documents, the death occurred at that small church on 2nd Street while family members were trying to rid the girl of an evil spirit. In recent months, 2 crimes have rocked one small San Jose church, leaving members here reeling.
Let me tell you, it's very hard as a mother to look at the woman who took your baby.
There was the kidnapping of a 3-month-old in April, and then last September, a homicide. Both brought police to the doorstep of the Iglesia Evangelicas Apostoles y Profetas. The church operates out of the back room of a house, often posting their sermons on YouTube. But it was a private matter, an exorcism of sorts, court documents say, that resulted in the death of a 3-year-old girl. Her mother told police she thought the child was possessed by an evil spirit because, quote, the victim would wake up and scream or cry periodically.
Like what a baby does?
Court documents say she brought the child to church, where she and 2 family members, quote, held the victim around her waist and neck to help her throw up, which she believed would help her get the spirit out. This went on for about 12 hours, leaving the child within.
Okay, I don't need to go over any of that. You guys already know kind of how that story particularly ended. But let's get into the young girl who uploaded a video a couple of months after that. Let's go. Now, I believe the mother is actually arrested as of right now, which explains why this video has yet to be taken down by her, because they're absolutely going to use this video against her in the court of law. But let's just investigate.
Because when I thought I was pregnant, when I told him, we waited like a week, I think. And I was like, I was already feeling like, oh, I got cravings, this and that, right? I was just like, oh, I thought I was pregnant, but then
so cringy.
And then I told him, and I was just sad, and he was like, oh, did you want to have a baby? And I was like, yeah. So then we decided to have a baby. And then, it happened what had to happen to have a baby, right? So the nurse came in and she was like, did you know you're pregnant? And I was just like, what? And I looked at him and he had the biggest smile. And I was just like, wait a minute, what? And then she's like, yeah, congratulations, whatever, right? And then she left and we were just like so excited. We were so excited, right? And after that, we went home. On our way home, we were just so happy and just so excited, I was just so happy. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a baby, and I wasn't even prepared. Like, I decided to get pregnant and I was not prepared for nothing. Like, I just wanted a baby, that's it. I was just like, I want a baby, so I'm gonna have a baby, right? So
okay, let me pause it right here. So as you guys can see, very aloof thinking, very immature, has the capability to produce babies, but obviously is not old enough or mature enough to truly have a baby. Okay, what did she say? I wasn't ready to have a baby, but I just wanted to have a baby. Now, at the same time, it does take 2 to tango, and it sounded like he intentionally went raw dog and then was shooting up the club, and then she got pregnant. So the father needs to take accountability for choosing an immature, not ready for motherhood young lady that he had a baby with that inevitably made the ill fated decision to turn her child over to that church. Guys, I'm going to skip all the way to the end of this video. It's a very long video. It's like 40 something minutes long. What she then begins to talk about is just more about her pregnancy and then the first couple of years with the young girl. She begins to show photos and videos. Like, honestly, it's way too much for YouTube because you know inevitably what happened. So I will bear you from watching all of that. But I'll show you towards the end of the video where she begins to conclude. And as I said previously, just watch the mannerisms. I think this is incredibly enlightening. Watch her body language, what she's doing with her hands, her face, if there's tears. Just watch all those different things and take note. All right, let's go to the end.
I don't know, like I told you guys, like I can see here and be negative, but and be negative, like, oh, not being negative, but like be sad about that whole situation that she passed away. But it's like, there's no point, you know, because it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. She's not here with me. It is what it is, you know. And it's like, what's the point, you know? I'm just gonna be putting myself down when there's no point for me to do that, you know.
It is what it is.
The past, and I gotta be positive about the situation, you know. Like, at least she's not suffering, you know. Like, in this world we suffer so much, you know, and especially nowadays, like, everything is just so bad. Like, everything's just going downhill, you know. And that's what I'm thankful for, you know, that she's not gonna grow up in that world, like in the world that we live in, you know. Even though there is a lot of positive things, and I could say like, oh, I'm not gonna see her grow up, this and that, but like I told you, like, there's no point of me doing that, you know, because it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. So
I'll be for goddamn if I had a situation with someone that I created, a young boy, a young girl, and they were to pass away at the hands of church practitioners. The last thing that I would do, think, or say is it is what it is. I am truly weirded out, disgusted with her behavior and the way that she is describing this. Listen, I think grief is a weird thing. It's a really weird thing, in a bunch of different ways to experience grief. But the conclusion of it is what it is, considering the circumstance, considering the demeanor of what happened, is terrifying.
yeah, like, of course, when I think about her, you know, I get sad and I cry and I miss her. Of course, I miss her every day, every second of the day, you know. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit. Like, I remember after she passed away, it's crazy, you know, because when she passed away, she was with me. You know, of course, I'm her mom. Why would she not be with me? You know, but
I should protect her.
How it's just a lot, you know. It's a lot, but a lot of people around me, like, I don't know.
I feel so sorry for the father. She was also showing pictures of the father with the daughter in the middle of the video. Father looks black. She's obviously not black. I feel so sorry for him, because although they were probably both young when they made this decision to have, it doesn't sound like he had anything to do with, at least the stuff that I've researched, he had anything to do with the young girl ending up at that church to have whatever happened to her happen to her. Okay? Let me also say this as well. This is why I get super weirded out by religious zealots. Okay? Those that just believe everything that they hear, irrespective of challenging the logic of what they see or judging the actions of what they see. And they take everything as gospel, and they evangelize based on that gospel to everyone around them, irrespective of the tangible things that are happening around you. some really weird shit, but it also reminds me that human beings, we're pack animals, we're tribal people. We're designed to believe in things, and we want to believe, we want to know different things. But my argument against that is, of those things that you are taught to believe, which goes against the science or the logic that's placed in front of you. You have to be able to challenge these things. You have to. Let's see what else she's got to say.
How to tell you guys. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy what you see. Like, how I see, like, people that were close to me, you know, and they can say they care about my daughter, but, like, if you really care about my daughter, you would check up on her, you know, when she was alive. You would post her when she was alive. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden she passed away, and you're obviously doing all these extra things for what? You know, saying that this and that. Like, no. Like, no. You know, and I don't know. It's just people, I don't know. People move how they want to move, you know, and people can think what they want to think, you know. And if you know what happened to my daughter, then you know. But if you don't know, then you don't know, you know. And the thing is, like, if you weren't there when she passed away, then whatever you want to believe or whatever you want to think that happened is not valid because you were not there. It's not the reality of how things happen, you know. Like, I was there, I know what happened to her, you know. And one thing I'm not gonna do is lie about how she passed away. When I tell you guys how she passed away, and the people that know, I've been 100% honest, you know. I've been real, because why would I sit here and lie about how she passed away, you know? And that's something that gets to me, because it's like, people weren't even there, but they want to be out here saying this and that because of how the situation looked. But if you weren't there, then you don't know. You know, and that's why what people say, or if you've heard something about what happened to my daughter, if it doesn't come from me, then it's not valid because you were not there. You were not there.
I'm trying so hard to get some balance within this situation. Why do you care? Why do you care what other people think? She apparently cares more about who is posting her daughter after she became deceased more than punishing the perpetrators that ended the young girl's life. Where are your priorities at? When I look at stories and situations like this, it's just so clear that while every child deserves a parent, not every parent deserves a child. I know recently we had the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and I know that particular court case from a nationwide legal perspective is not really anything has to do with this case right here. But I just think about all of the young people that just end up in situations with parents that are just parents by title, but they're not parents from action. Anyway, listen, this was a tough one to do, but the pure entitlement culture, the pure me, it's all about me culture, mixed with a hint of the immaturity of those that can make babies, but should withhold until they grow up, multiplied with religious zealotry, is what unfortunately led to this young girl's untimely demise. I wanted to bring you guys this particular story. I know it's a little bit different than what we generally talk about over here, but this is a part of life. This is a part of reality. And I think as men, we should understand the potential implications of getting the wrong one pregnant. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. I don't even know how to end this one. Leave a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this one. I'm not going to leave her name or anything that's down up in her or link to her video because, you know, I don't want to be accused of sending people on a witch hunt and all kind of stuff like that. So take this from what you can and learn from it. Okay, that's the only thing I can say at the end of this. Learn from it. All right. Shout out to that young brother, by the way. That was her father. All right. Until next time, YouTube.